Once again, very good morning to everyone. Am I audible? Today happens to be day 2 Python demo class. Day 2 Python demo class. Uh, can you just tell me whatever I have done in the day 1 demo class? If you would have attended day 1 demo class, please tell me whatever I have done in day 1 demo class. That means I have just done some topics, right? What kind of topics are those things? Or else I have given any notes. Okay, introduction to Python I have given. Okay. Without wasting the time, let me just share you the screen. Python batch September 7th. That is day 1 I will write. This happens to be day 1. Okay. Yeah. What are the things that I have discussed? Okay. Regarding introduction to Python, I have given. Okay. Introduction to Python. Okay. After introduction to Python, what I have discussed? I think I have discussed the rank, demand, as well as the opportunities. Later, I have discussed the applications of Python. Yes or no? Yes, I think I have written some 7 or 8 boxes. That is round circles. Okay. You can just give the heading as application of Python for that. Application of Python. Guys, I have written right data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and web application development, or Python developer, or it is used in robotics. All those things, whatever I have written, please give the heading as applications of Python. Just give the heading as applications of Python. After applications of Python, I think I have explained regarding the history of Python. History of Python. All right, now what you should do, I think everyone would have taken the proper screenshot. In the history of Python, I think you have listened the history. Just tell me, okay. Classification of Python, okay. After applications of Python, I think I have explained classification of Python. Classification of Python. Classification means I think I have divided it to what? Core Python, Advanced Python, PDBC, Django REST API, something like that. Correct, right? That is what I have done as classification. Okay, very good. Next, if you consider history of Python, yesterday I have listened that history of Python properly. Right now, what is my expectation? Please tell me among the history of Python, what are the important note points you are supposed to take? Guys, whatever the story I have told, if you want, you can just tell that story in the interview panel. But nobody is going to ask the story in the interview panel. Please tell me what are the key points that you have to observe from the story? Who invented Python? What is the name of the person? Very good. Guido van Rossum invented Python. Invented Python programming language. Python programming language. What is the year that he invented? You can just tell me the year. Initially, when Python got invented. Very good. Initially, 1989. Guido van Rossum invented Python programming language in 1989. Through which company? Through which company? What is the company name? Through CWI. In bracket, I will just tell CWI through CWI company. Just tell it's National Research Institute. National Research Institute. National Research Institute. If you just ask me, sir, what is the full form of this CWI? Centrum Visconde Informatica. No one is going to ask like that. Correct, right? Do you think if you are attending the interview of IBM, they'll be asking the full form of IBM? If you're going to attend the interview of Tata, they'll be asking the full form of Tata. No one is going to ask. You should be aware of the company name, that's all. And what kind of company it is? It is a National Research Institute. It is not a normal software company. It's a research institute where so many of the computer scientists, so many of the mathematicians will be working. Next, please tell me, officially when Python got released to the market? This is very important. Officially, Python got released or Python got launched launched on February 20th, February 20th, 1991. That means, guys, if you join your first dream job as a developer, that too as a Python developer, every year exactly whether I don't know whether you'll be doing your birthday or not, make sure that you'll be doing the birthday of Python every year February 20th. And if you want, you can just do it on February 24th also. Why? Because that is my birthday. Okay, I'm just kidding. That's all. Is there any other point I have discussed in the yesterday class? Okay, I have just taken printing of hello world. Printing of hello world. In how many programming languages I have printed hello world? After this topic, I have just taken printing of hello world. What is that? In how many language? Very good. I have taken C. Next, I have taken Java. Next, I have taken Python. That means I have considered all the three programming language. In all the three programming language, I have just discussed how to print hello world. Is that fine? Guys, I think in the same order I have done in the day one class. Yes or no? Exactly in the same order. Whatever the order I have written. In the same order only I have written. That means what you have to understand, if you ask me. In the yesterday class, I have just given the quick introduction about Python. That's all. All right, now please try to understand. Maybe from the history of Python or the printing of hello world in C, Java, Python. What you have to understand? What you got something? Maybe some very important point I told. What is that important point? Maybe from the history of Python, I told in the history of Python. Initially, when they invented Python, everyone in that uh, meeting panel, everyone got shocked. As well as if yesterday, if you would have observed printing of hello world in C, Java, Python. When it comes to C, how many lines of code? Around 5 lines of code. When it comes to Java, around 7 lines of code. When it comes to Python, only 1 line of code. That is what the beauty of Python. Syntax is very simple, correct, right? Today we will just explore more about those things. Right now, if you want, you can just take the screenshot of this. If not, I'll be uploading these things in the drive. Is that fine? Guys, I think I need not to give any video content or I need not to give any notes for these things. I think everyone would have taken the screenshot for printing hello world in C. Printing hello world in C, comma, Java and Python. Next, I would like to close this one. Let me just save this. Let me open one more file that happens to be day 2. I will tell. This is day 2. Inside this day 2, what I will tell. Whatever the last topic that is there in day 1, that is printing of hello world, I would like to consider it here. Let me just consider in day 2. Within this day 2, what I will tell. Let's listen carefully. Instead of printing hello world, I will just tell like this. Printing of data. Printing of data. Okay, sir, what kind of data? Maybe the data might be Sandesh I will take. Sandesh I will take. Or I'll just tell welcome to study online. Welcome to study online. Assume that I should print welcome to study online in C, Java as well as Python for 100 times. Assume that if 100 students are attending the classes, then what I should do? Printing of data, that is welcome to study online in C, Java, Python for 100 times. If there are 100 students that are attending the classes, then I should be telling welcome to study online, welcome to study online. Instead of telling like that, don't you think I have to reduce my task? That means 100 times it should perform. I think I will not consider C. Ultimately, the logic would remain same. Why? Because I want you to understand the difference between other programming language and Python. Guys, in this example, I'm not degrading Java. No one I'm telling. Why? Because your Java trainer will scold. Always he will try to scold me. In your Python class, you will try to defame Java. No, I'm not doing all those things. I'll be showing you the advantage of Python and I'll be showing you the beauty of Python. It doesn't mean that I'm just degrading Java. No, Java has its own feature. Still, Java is in number 2 position, that is second position. Guys, one thing I will tell. How many of them will watch Kannada movies? How many of them will watch Kannada movies? Okay, I think 80% of the people will watch Kannada movies, correct, right? Best example, Java is like Om Film. Are you aware of Om Film? Maybe just now it has celebrated 25th anniversary. Similarly, Java also celebrating 25th anniversary. In the same year, 1995, Java got released. In the same year, 1995, Om Film got released. How many of them remember these things? This is not technical thing, what I'm talking. That means Java will be having the demand, guys. Today also, if you release that home film, don't you think demand will be there? Same fan following will be there for that home film. Yes, here also it is same. Okay, sir. What about Python? Python from that time also Python was there. I can just take Python as Darshan. Why? Because I'm a huge fan of Darshan. That is the reason I'm taking. Do you think there is a difference between Shivraj Kumar and Darshan? If you just take in Kannada film industry, Shivraj Kumar is having his own advantage, correct? Right? He'll be having his own acting style, his own fan following. When it comes to Darshan, it is completely a different story, correct? Right? Why? Because it is trending in the market. All right, now I will consider Java and Python. Just try to listen carefully. Let me just open the whiteboard. Instead of opening, okay, let me just open the whiteboard. In this whiteboard, what we will do, I will just divide this whiteboard into two parts. Let me just divide this whiteboard into two parts. Initially, what I will tell, this happens to be Java program. Next, I would like to consider this happens to be Python program. I will tell. All right, now think and answer. Whenever I want to get welcome to hello world, whatever may be the data, it might be Sandesh, it might be printing hello world, whatever it may be, 100 times, what I should do? Don't you think 100 times I cannot write print welcome to study online, print welcome to study online, print welcome to study online? I cannot do like that. If I'm doing like that, then I'll not be called as a very good developer. If you're doing some task repeatedly, what you should do? Very good. If you're doing the task repeatedly, I have to make use of what? For loop. Right now, what I will do, I will just share you the screen. Directly, I would like to open the online Java compiler. Within this online Java compiler, I would like to write the program. Already they have given the predefined code. Within this, I would like to alter something. Right now, what I will do, instead of hello world, I don't want to print hello world. Instead of that, what I should print, I should just print welcome to study online. Welcome to study online. Okay. Right now, whatever the data is there, welcome to study online. This particular print function, some of them are feeling like, sir, write 100 times, sir, like this. Copy this one, sir. Next, right? Keep on writing 100 times. If you keep on writing 100 times, then you'll not be called as a very good developer. Something you'll be calling. I don't want to utter that in class. But if you want to repeat the task multiple times, don't you think you have to make use of what? For loop? Guys, if you're not able to understand, don't worry. My main intention is to demonstrate the ease of Python programming language and the simplicity of Python programming language. That is the reason. Within this, what I would like to do, I would like to consider the for loop. Within this for loop, I will just tell the number happens to be integer. I will just consider and I will just initialize the data. This happens to be 0. Next, I should be giving the endpoint. I will be giving the endpoint. I is less than. What should be the data? If I want the for loop should be repeated 100 times, what should be the end data? From 0, the number will start. From 0 to 100, tell me the number. Here, most of them will be getting confused. Do you think I should give 99 or 100? Think and answer. I should get welcome to study online 100 times. If you count also 100 times, the data should be there. Then what I should do? From 0, it will start. Guys, it is not starting from 1. From 0, it will start. If it is starting from 0, what I should do? I will just tell I less than or equal to 99. I will tell yes or no. I less than or equal to 99. That means 0, 1, 2, 3 till 99 if you count. Don't you think 100 times the task will be performed? Next, I would like to increment I value every time. If you're not able to understand these things, no need to worry. In your Java class, your Java trainer Sagar will explain properly. But right now, this is not my intention. That is the reason. Within the for loop, I have written the data. Is there any doubt for anyone with respect to the task, whatever I have done? Guys, right now you're not facing any difficulty. Why? Because I'm predefined main function is there, predefined class is there. That is the reason you're facing no difficulties. I would like to copy this one. Let me just go back to the whiteboard. In this whiteboard, I would like to paste it here. I want everyone to observe this. Let me just paste it properly. Okay, next. Let's listen carefully. This is related to Java. If you're executing this Java code, ultimately you'll be getting the output as what? Hello world 500 times. This is what the Java code. Like this, you'll be getting the output. That means whatever the welcome to study online is there, right? That you will be getting it as what? 500 times. If you want, you can just count. Sir, execute the program, sir, so that we will get the clarity. Okay, fine. I will execute the program. See here. What I will do, I will just run the program. You only observe the output. See here, 100 times study online has been displayed. Sir, where sir? Look at the output, guys. Here, if you are having the sufficient amount of time, all after the class you can just count whether the data is 100 times is present or not. Welcome to study online. This is in what? Java program. When it comes to Python, what I'm supposed to do? Please think and answer. When it comes to Python, what I'm supposed to do? Do you think I should consider main function? Just tell me yes or no. Do you think I should consider main function? Why? Because some small piece of code yesterday I have seen. Based upon that knowledge, you just tell me the answer. Very good. I need not to consider main function. Do you think I should be considering the header file and all? No, I need not to consider the header file. Do you think I should consider the flower brackets? No, I need not to consider any flower brackets. Directly, I can make use of print function. Within this print function, I will just tell the same dialog, that is, welcome to study online. I will tell, welcome to study online. Next, listen carefully. Whatever the data is there, welcome to study online. How many times I should print it on the console? Please think and answer. How many times? If you want to print that welcome to study online 100 times, what you're supposed to do? Multiply the data by 100. That's all. Sir, what, sir? Whatever the 7 lines of code, totally count how many lines of code is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Totally 10 lines of code. I will just tell this happens to be 10 lines of code. Whatever the task you'll be performing in Java using 10 lines of code. Please think and answer. Using how many lines of code it has been reduced? Please tell me. Sir, there is no use of F. I didn't get your point. Aditi D. Kulkarni, what you're telling? There is no use of F. Where I have written F? Oh, printf. No, no, no. You need not use printf. Printf is a function which is available in C programming language. But when it comes to Python, I will teach in detail. I will teach. This is the initial class. I want you to get the overview of Python. I want you to feel Python is very simple. That is my main intention. That's all. In case of Python, we don't have printf. We are having one function called as print function. Right now, how many lines of code is this? I don't think this is only one line of code. Yes or no? Exactly one line of code. I know most of them will be getting confused. Sir, really will I be getting the output? Why I should lie in front of you? Let me just execute the program. If I start to execute, then you will only believe me. Right now, what I will do? I think everyone are aware of how to create a Python file. Yes or no? Is there anyone who doesn't know how to create a Python file? Don't worry, I will teach. But for the time being, I would like to click on this demo.py. Maybe in the yesterday class, I have created a Python file, correct, right? If you have not watched yesterday demo class, already I have shared you the link. Click on that link to watch the day one demo class. Right now, what I will do, I would like to paste it here within this. Sorry, let me just consider print hello world. Instead of this hello world, I will just tell welcome to study online. Welcome to study online. Next, what I should do? No, wait. I will tell welcome to study online. Next, I should multiply this data into 100. I will save. Let me just minimize this one. I would like to open the command prompt. How to execute a Python file? Guys, how to execute a Python file? I think the screen is shared. Guys, screen is not shared. I think the screen is shared, right? The command prompt is visible. Yes, very good. Okay. I should call Python. Python, come here. Python will come. How come Python will come? That I will teach you. Don't worry. But for the time being, what is the name of the file? That is demo.py. If I press enter, you only observe the output. How exactly I'll be getting welcome to study online. Sir, what, sir? I'm not getting welcome to study online one below the other. Automatically, it is attaching the file. If you don't want in that manner, if you want in the welcome to study online one below the other, what you're supposed to do? Please think and answer. Some small alteration you're supposed to do. What is that? Very good. You have to tell /n. Where you're supposed to tell the /n? /n means the cursor should go to next line. That's all. After printing welcome to study online, I want my cursor to be going for what? Next line. I will save this one. Let me just execute once again. I would like to clear the screen. Now see here, I got the output as what? Welcome to study online. Sir, do you think really 100 times the data will be there? If you're having sufficient time, you can just keep on the counting welcome to study online, whether it is there in 100 times or not. Right now, don't you think same thing I can apply for 500 times? Yes or no? If I want to print welcome to study online 500 times, 1000 time, 1 lakh time, 1 crore time, don't you think using a single line of code, I can get the output? That is what the beauty of Python you have to understand. Is there any doubt for anyone? Guys, is that clear for everyone? Same output is what I will be getting here. Right now, what you should do if you ask me, I think everyone would have kept a separate notebook for Python. In that separate notebook, whatever I have kept for Python, please take the heading as day 2. Guys, on a daily basis, you just mention it as day 1, day 2, that's all. No need to mention the date. At least if you're mentioning day 1, day 2, that is more than sufficient. Just take the heading in your notes, printing the data that is welcome to study online in Java and Python for 100 times. Please take down this heading. I want you to take the heading in your notes. After the heading, I will just display the program. You can just take the screenshot. Please be very quick. Okay, if you're done by writing this heading, just do one thing. I would like to display the whiteboard. I don't want to waste the time in the demo class. That is the reason. Some of them might be getting bored. That is the main reason. Please take the screenshot of this one. As I want everyone to take the screenshot of this one. Afterwards, you can write. You have to write. Maybe some small alteration is there with respect to here. What is that alteration? What is that small alteration that I have to do? I have to just tell slash n, that's all. Yeah, I have told slash n. Yeah, now you can take the screenshot. Please be very quick in taking the screenshot. Is that done? Guys, please do respond. If you're done by taking the screenshot, I can just proceed with the next example. Okay, very good. Next, listen carefully. I would like to share you the screen. Right now, just now I have seen, maybe I will just tell Java program, C program I have taken. Next, listen carefully. How many of them would have learned swapping of the data in programming language? I think in your C program, there was one program saying that swap the number which is there in A to B, B to A, yes or no? I think you have learned that, correct, right? Please guide me how to do that. I'll just tell swapping of two numbers. Swapping of two numbers using Java, using Python. Don't you think the logic would remain same for C also, for Java also? Whatever the logic you're telling, don't you think the logic would remain same for Java also, C also? Write a program to swap. Just write a program. WIP means write a program. Write a program to swap the two numbers. Swap the two numbers using Java and Python. Guys, it is very simple. Initially, if there is a data called as 10 within the variable called as A. Next, initially, if there is a data within the variable called as B, maybe the data happens to be 20. After executing the program, what should be the output? What is your expectation? Within A, what should be there? That is what swapping. Swapping means exchanging the data. Initially 10 will be there in A. That next, what should happen? After swapping, very good, 20 should come and sit here. In B, what should happen? Don't you think 10 should come and sit here within B? Like this, I should be getting the output. That's all. That is what the expectation. Please guide me how to do it in Java. How to do it in Java? Directly, I would like to open the editor. Please guide me what I'm supposed to do in Java. I will not consider this for loop and all. I will just remove all these things. A boiler code is ready. That means the main function is there. That is the class is there. Main function is there. Just tell me the logic. I want everyone to tell the logic. What is the logic? Yes, it is very simple. I will teach you the logic. Based upon that, please tell me. Assume that this happens to be the variable A. Within this variable A, initially what will be there? Please tell me. Initially, I will store 10. Yes or no? Initially, I will store 10. Similarly, I will consider this happens to be variable B. Within this variable B, 20 will be there. I will just tell this happens to be variable B. What should happen? Whatever there in A, that should be sent to B. Whatever there in B, that should be sent to A. That is the reason I will make use of one temporary variable called as temp. I will take temp is a temporary variable. Next, let me just take like this. Listen carefully. Yeah, there are multiple approach for this. I'm not telling this is the only approach. There are 4 approach. If you want me to explain all the 4 approach, I will explain. But this is not the right time for me to teach Java. That is the reason. Listen carefully. I have considered a temporary variable right now. Initially, by looking at the things, please tell me, do you think is there any data within the temporary variable? Is there any data? Guys, do you think is there any data? 100% no, there is no data, correct, right? There is no data. That is the reason what I will do. Whatever the 10 is there, this 10, I will try to store within the variable called as temp. That means whatever the 10 is there, that I will send. If you send 10, if you send 10 from A to temp, do you think still this particular 10 will be there in A? 100% no. This 10 will not be there in A. This 10 will not be there in A. Right now, do you think, is there any data within A? Is there any data within A? Previously 10 was there. You have just given the 10 to temporary variable. Right now nothing is there in A. If nothing is there in A, don't you think easily I can send whatever there in B to A? Yes or no? I can send whatever there in A to B. That is from B to A. This is the first step, whatever you're supposed to do. Next, this is the second step, whatever you're supposed to do. I'll be writing in different color so that you'll be getting the clarity. Okay, this is the first step. This is the second step. Next, if you send 20 within this A, what will comment it? If you send 20, what will comment it? 20 will comment it within this A. Yes or no? Instead of 10, 20 will comment it. I will write it here. Next, what will be there within B? Tell me the answer. You have sent B. That means what will be there within B? Nothing will be there within B. You should not tell 0. No. You should not tell 0. Nothing will be there. That's all. Nothing will be there within B. If nothing is there within B, some variable is holding 10. Which is that variable which is holding 10? Look at the diagram and tell me. One variable is holding 10. Which is that variable? Very good. Temp is the variable. Alright, now what I will do, whatever there in temp, I will just send it to B. That means 10 will comment it here. Next, what will be there in temp? If you're transferring the data, nothing will be there in temp. Guys, right now I have just used the temp as a mediator. That's all. Is that clear? See here, if you just look at the diagram, the number got swapped. Is there any confusion for anyone with respect to the logic? I think it's a very easy logic. Forget about the logic. If you're not getting the clarity, forget about that. I want you to understand the Java program. I will consider like this. Guys, please listen carefully. What I should do? I should consider 2 variables, yes or no? I should consider a variable called as A. Within this variable called as A, I should be storing 10. Compulsorily, I have to put semicolon. Directly, if I tell like this, do you think Java is what kind of language? If you are aware, fine. If you're not aware, no need to worry. Simply, you cannot declare a variable like this. While defining the variable, you have to tell the type of the variable. What is the data? 10 is the integer data, yes or no? That is the reason I have to specify int A. Similarly, I have to specify int B. I may have to specify int B. I will tell within this B, I would like to try to store 20. Next, what I should do before printing the data. Sir, why Java in Python class? Why? Because I want you to understand the difference between Java and Python. That is what the heading. Difference between Java and Python. Directly, I can teach Python. If I try to teach Python, you'll not be getting that clarity. That means you'll not be getting that frame of mind. Python is very easy. That is the reason I'm showing all these things. Is that fine? Next, I would like to consider system.out.println. System.out.println. Within the system.out.println, what I should do? Let me just print A. I will be printing A so that you will be getting the clarity. Next, I would like to copy this. Let me just print B. I will print. Copy this, and I would like to print B. Yeah, fine. Please try to observe the program. I'm just storing the data, that is 10 within a variable called as A, 20 within a variable called as B, printing A and B. That's all. Afterwards, what I'm supposed to do? Please look at the diagram and tell me. One variable I have taken. What is the variable name? One special variable I have taken. What is the variable name? Very good. The variable name happens to be temp. Initially, do you think, is there any data within temp? Temp, the type of temp happens to what? Integer. Why? Because ultimately integer will compensate in future. But is there any data that is been stored within temp variable? 100% no, there is no variable. It is just temporary variable. Right now, what I will do? Always the assignment will happen from RHS to LHS. That means, don't you think whatever there in A, I have to give it to temp. How many of them will agree with my point? Whatever there in A, I have to give it to what? Temp RHS to LHS. Assignment will happen from RHS to LHS. Whatever is there in A, I have given it to temp. Next, what I should do? Look at the diagram and tell me the answer. At least by looking at the diagram, I have to tell. Whatever there in A, I have given it to temp. Next, what I should do? Whatever there in B, I should give it to A. Yes or no? Whatever there in B, I should give it to A. I will tell whatever there in B. Guys, please do respond. If you're not responding, it is very difficult. Whatever there in B, I'm giving it to A. Next, what I should do? Please be very quick. B is empty. That means whatever there in temp, don't you think I have to give it to what? I don't know why some of them will tell the wrong answer. Whatever there in temp, I should be giving it to what? B. Yes or no? Guys, look at the diagram. Properly I have explained. I don't know why still you are getting confused. Whatever there in temp, don't you think I have to give it to B? Some of them are telling temp is equal to B. No, no, no. It is not temp is equal to B. Always the assignment will happen from RHS to LHS. Is that fine? Always the assignment will happen. Assigning the data will happen from RHS to LHS. At least as an engineering student, you know what is RHS, what is LHS. Next, after printing the data or after swapping the data, I would like to print the data once again. Let me just copy this. I would like to paste it here. I would like to execute the program. Let me just execute this program. Observe carefully the output. Initially 1020, later I got the output as what? 2010. How many of them understood? Guys, forget about why this public static void main, forget about what is this system dot out dot. At least how many of them understood the logic? Right now my intention is not to explain the Java program. My intention is different. That is the reason. How many of them understood? Very good. Let me just copy this. I would like to open the whiteboard. Within this whiteboard, or directly I will take the day 2 class, that is the notepad I will share. Within this notepad, I would like to write the Java program. Let me just write the Java program. Okay, sir, what kind of Java program is there? I will just paste it here. So here, this is what the Java program. In order to swap two numbers, ultimately already you are aware of the output. I need not to write the output. This is what the output. Okay, next, please tell me what is the Python program. Same task I should perform using Python. What I should do? Whatever the task I told, same task, it has to be performed using Python. Right now, how many lines of code in Java? You just count how many lines of code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think 16 lines of code. Yes or no? If you want, I can just count it. Totally, there are 16 lines of code that you have written in Java to perform the task. That is swapping of two numbers. This is what the output you got in Java. That is 1020 you will pass, while coming it will commit as 2010. In case of Python, what is the logic? If you ask me, I will just open the notepad. Within this notepad, I would like to write the logic. Please try to understand. Whenever I want to store any number, I can store the number in this format. Observe carefully. I will tell A comma B. Within this, first of all, tell me what I have to store within this A. First of all, what I have to store within A, that you tell me. What I'm supposed to store? Very good. I should store 10 within A. Yes, successfully I have stored 10 within A. Next, what I should store within B? Yes, 28 should store. Yes, ultimately 10 and 20 got stored within A and B. Sir, single line assignment is there in Python, sir. 100% yes. In a single line, you can store the data. Sir, no need to represent the type of the data, that is integer or not. No, not required. In case of Python, everything it will take. Next, I will print multiple data on the console. I will print A. Guys, I can print A. Below that, I can print B. But directly, I will print A comma B here. Directly, I can print. Sir, is it possible to print multiple data on the console? 100% you can print a multiple data on the console. Next, what should happen? Okay, okay. I think right now the screen is displayed. Sorry for that. See here, I have considered a comma b. Within this, I'm trying to store 10 comma 20. Any doubts for anyone with respect to the first line? Next, what about the second line? Print a comma b. That means I'm just printing whatever the data that is been stored. I need not to tell the type of the data. I can perform single line assignment. Next, what I should do? Don't you think I should swap the data within a and b? Yes or no? How many of them will agree with my point? Whatever the data is there, I should swap. Whatever the data that is there within B, I will try to store within A. Sir, like this it is possible, sir. 100% it is possible. Next, whatever there within A, I will try to store within the variable called as B. How many of them understood the logic? How many of them understood the logic? Yes, you can do like this, or still, if you want the clarity, I will just tell like this. I know most of them will not be understanding this logic. Correct, right? Why? Because sir, something and all you will tell. Guys, this is not the right time for me to explain the logic. Why? Because this is the first day. In the day one itself, if I try to, that is day two. My intention is to show you that how simple is Python. That is the reason. At least tell me what is there in A. Tell me what is there in A. By looking at the program, just tell me. If I print A comma B, I will be getting 10 comma 20. That is 10 will be stored within A, 20 will be stored within B. What is there in A? 10 is there in A. Always the assignment will happen from LHS to RHS or RHS to LHS. That you tell me. Always the assignment of data will happen from RHS to LHS or LHS to RHS. RHS to LHS. That means whatever there in A, I will try to store within B. Now think and answer. What would be there within B? I want everyone to understand. What would be there within B? 10 will be there. If you feel directly 10 will be there, it will check whether any other data is available on the RHS or not. I will tell like this. Whatever there in A, it should go and sit in B. Next, whatever there in B, it should go and sit in A. As initially 1020 will be there. This 1020 is what I'm storing it here. Correct, right? AB means what? 1020. It is similar to like this. That's all. AB means what? 1020. 10 will go and sit in B. 20 will go and sit in what? A. Next, let me just check it out whether this program will work or not. I will try to print it here. Guys, don't go beyond the logic. I will explain the logic by writing the diagram as and when the time comes. Just observe properly. I would like to open the command prompt. In this command prompt, let me just clear the screen. Here, what I will tell, let me just execute the file once again. Or don't you think I got the output? How many of them observed? Sir, there is no need to temporary variable. No, there is no need of taking the temporary variable. Directly you can perform the task. See here how exactly I got the output. That means, please tell me how many lines of code I have written in Python in order to perform the same task. I want everyone to tell the answer. How many lines of code I have written? Very good. Only 4 lines of code. As I can understand, this is day 2 class. That is the reason I cannot write the diagram and I cannot tell how the objects will be created, all those things. At least got the clarity that Python is very simple when compared to other programming language. How many of them got the clarity? Sir, when compared to other programming language, I feel Python is a very easy language. Okay, very good. What you're supposed to do, if you ask me, just take the heading in your notes, write a program. WAP means write a program. Okay, first time I will write. Please be very quick. Write a program to swap the two numbers. Write a program to swap the two numbers using Java, Python. Please be very quick in taking this heading. If you want, you can just write this one. Afterwards, you can take the screenshot of Java program as well as Python program. I will display that. Okay, if you're done by taking the heading, you can just do one thing in your notes. I think you can take the screenshot of the complete window. Take the screenshot of the complete window. Afterwards, you can update these things in your notes. Please be very quick in taking the screenshot. I want everyone to take the screenshot of this. Okay, if you're done by taking the screenshot, guys, now I'm telling, please leave sufficient amount of space in your notes in order to update these things. I think it requires some 1 page of space. Please leave exactly 1 page of space. Next, listen carefully. From now onwards, the actual technical topic will start. It doesn't mean that previously I have not done technical topics, but from now onwards, the actual Python's topic will start. I should get the clarity about my audience. That means what kind of audience are sitting in front of me, or what kind of audience I'm taking the class. How many of them are from CS background? Just raise your hand, or else just tell me yes. I'll be getting the clarity. How many of them are from CS background? At least you understand, right? CS means what? Computer science or IS, information science. Okay, okay, fine. Maybe some minimal number of students. Okay, how many of them are from non-CSIS? Non-CSIS means it may be triple E, it may be ECE, it may be mechanical, it may be civil. I think rest of them are from different background right now. I see here most of the trainers or most of the lecturers, what mistake they will commit? If you ask me, it is very simple. They will assume the things and they will teach. Yes or no? Guys, in your school days or in your college days, what the college lecturer would have told, they will start by opening one notes or one book. They will start reading this. You know this, you know this, you know this. Then they will start to read. Correct, right? They also know that you don't know anything. You also know that you don't know anything. But simply to give the build up, they will tell you are aware of all these things. Correct, right? Yes or no? How many of them will agree with my point? They will assume and they will teach. They will assume something and they will teach. That means this category of students is aware of this topic. That is the reason why I should explain this basic. They will assume the things and they will teach. That is what the mistake committed by most of the lecturers. I'm not telling everyone. Most of them. I don't want that to happen. Okay, sir, then what? Guys, whenever it comes to my style of teaching, from scratch I will teach. If you are from a CS background, if you are from IS background, if you are from non-CSIS background, or if you are a Python developer who is attending the class, from scratch is what I'll be teaching. If a person from 10th standard passed out, or if a person who can understand the normal English should be in a position to understand Python, in such a way I will teach. In such a way I have to maintain the notes. In such a way I have to understand. That's all. It is very easy, guys, to be frank. All right, now please think and answer. I would like to ask few questions. Let me just, if you want, you can just take the screenshot of this. Below that, you can write. Take the screenshot of this one. If you want, really, if you want, you can just take it. Next, listen carefully. I want everyone to listen carefully. I would like to consider this one. Okay, assume that he is a developer. In future, if you become a developer, I just tell he is a developer. If you become a developer in future, please think and answer. What kind of language you'll be learning? What kind of language you're learning? Or using which language you'll be writing the code? Guys, if you're aware of these things, please tell me. If not, I will tell. As a developer in 2020, what kind of language you will write? Right now you're learning programming language. But do you think that programming language is just a name? But under that programming language, so many categories will come. Yes or no? Under that programming language, so many categories will come. Okay, sir, which are those categories? One by one, I will explain. Listen carefully. See here, right now, whatever the programming language you're learning, it might be Java or it might be Python. What kind of language that is, why that is used in 2020, everything I will tell. But before that, I should be telling or I should be giving you the brief introduction about the history. When was computer got invented? Yes, please tell me. When computer got invented? Can you just tell me the era? 1930s, 1940s, something like that. When computer got invented? Any idea for anyone? It is not 1960s. I think it is 1940s. Correct, right? If I'm not wrong, it is 1940s. In 1940s, they have invented something called as computer. Next, within computer or within CPU, something should be there in order to perform some task. What is that? Very good. Microprocessor within CPU. Processor is very important. I would like to consider this happens to be the processor that got invented in 1940. I would like to tell this happens to be the processor. I will tell. Let me just tell this is processor. What kind of processor? It's a microprocessor. I'll just tell microprocessor. Microprocessor. Next, what kind of language this microprocessor will understand? This is microprocessor. Whenever you want to execute and if you want to get the output, don't you think microprocessor will understand only one language, that is binary language? Sir, what is that binary language, sir? Binary language, or I can call it as what? Machine level language. This microprocessor will understand only one language, that is machine level language or binary language. MLL or BL, binary language. Sir, which are those machine level language or binary language, sir? Which are those machine level language or binary language? Can you just tell me that? Very good. Zeros and ones, that's all. It will understand only zeros and ones. Apart from zeros and ones, your microprocessor will not understand anything. Fine. Whenever you want to give the input to this microprocessor, make sure that the data has been converted into what? Machine level language or binary language. Is that fine? MLL, machine level language. BL, binary language. I will write afterwards. I will write. That is the reason. As a developer in 1940s, I will consider as a developer in 1940s. Ultimately, a microprocessor will understand what kind of language, a machine level language. That is the reason. As a developer, they used to write the code or they used to do the programming in which language, if you ask me, that happens to be machine level language. I will just take this happens to be the machine level language. I will tell this is machine level language, that is MLL. As a developer in 1940s, they used to write the code in which language? Machine level language. And next, after writing the code in machine level language, they used to provide this machine level language to this microprocessor, and ultimately they will be getting the output. Why? Because microprocessor will understand what kind of language? Machine level language. In machine level language only, if you're writing the code, don't you think you'll be getting the output? That to proper output only will get. Okay, sir. In 1940s, everything was going well, but as days progressed, as a developer, they got frustrated. Sir, why, sir? Why they got frustrated when it comes to 1940s? What is the issue? If you ask me, it is very simple. Why they got frustrated? Please think and answer. As a developer, if you're writing the code in machine level language in 1940s, they got frustrated. Why they got frustrated? Anyone in this class? Developer got frustrated. Frustrated means into mark I have written. Guys, who will remember that number? Do you think it is very easy task to remember the number? Yes or no? 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 0, something like that. Don't you think it is very difficult? Assume that if they want to perform addition, at that point of time, they have to remember the number like this 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. Next, if they want to perform subtraction, they should be remembering the number something like this. Seriously, I don't know what I have written. Assume that again, if you want to perform addition, don't you think it is very difficult as a human being to remember these things? Sir, easily he can do copy paste, sir. You cannot copy paste the code. Why? I will tell. You have to write the code once again. In order to perform addition, you have to write the code again. That is whatever the data I have done. It is very complicated or it is very frustrating as a developer in order to remember the number. Correct, right? In order to perform addition operation, assume that if they want to perform addition operation, I will just tell this happens to be subtraction operation. Maybe the above one happens to be addition operation. In order to perform addition operation or in order to perform this subtraction operation, 100% no one will remember all those data. That is the reason they came up with something. Okay, sir, what is this something? This is machine level language. I will just tell this happens to be machine level language. That is MLL, I will write. Instead of writing the code in machine level language, they have invented something in 1950s. What is that? They have invented something in 1950s as a developer. What was that? Very good. In 1950s, something got invented. I think if you are from electrical background, you will easily tell. Microprocessor directly will write one code. What is that? I think in microprocessor lab, you would have written that logic. What is that? Very good. You will be writing the code not in machine level language. Instead of that, you will be writing the code in assembly level language. ALL means assembly level language. I will write, you don't worry. Assembly level language. Okay, sir, how does this assembly level language will look like, if you ask me? In order to perform addition, in order to perform addition, you need not to remember that particular 1001 and all. You need to remember mnemonic. Technically, that name is only called as what? Mnemonic. I will tell add happens to be the mnemonic to perform addition. Guys, how many of them will agree with my point? If you are from EC background, don't you think you have to use mnemonic? Mnemonic, anything is fine. You can just utter it in any way. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, you should be having the clarity. In order to perform the subtraction, you have to use sub. In order to perform multiplication, mul. In order to perform division, div. Like this, they have invented something called as what? Assembly level language. I will tell this happens to be what? Assembly level language. Let me just tell ALL. I will tell right now. As a developer, they used to write the code in which language? Assembly level language. But please think and answer. For this microprocessor, directly if you're giving this assembly level language, do you think you'll be getting the output? Directly if you're giving this assembly level language, do you think you'll be getting the output? 100% no. You'll not be getting the output. Yes or no? Sir, why I'll not be getting the output? Why? Because microprocessor will understand what kind of language. It will understand assembly level language or machine level language. Please think and answer. Your microprocessor will understand assembly level language or machine level language. Very good. It understands only machine level language. That is the reason I should not give the data directly. Okay, sir, what I should do? What you're supposed to do, if you ask me, I will just tell like this. Listen carefully. Let me just consider this happens to be the data. Okay. Directly instead of providing the assembly level language to the microprocessor, I have to convert it into what? Machine level language. Okay, sir, how to convert the assembly level language into machine level language, if you ask me? There is one software which is being used for that. What is that software name, if you ask me? This happens to be the software name. Everyone listen carefully. This happens to be the software name. The software happens to be assembler, I will tell. Assembler. Please tell me what is the software or which is the software which is used? Which is the software which is used to convert the assembly level language into machine level language? Very good. Assembler. Guys, it is not compiler. Assembler. Wait. It is not compiler. It is assembler. Assembler is a software. Assembler is a system software which is used to convert the assembly level language, whatever the assembly level language is there, right? It will take the assembly level language as input. Next, it will convert that assembly level language into what? Machine level language. Why? Because ultimately that microprocessor will understand machine level language. That is what the duty of assembler. Assembler will take assembly level language as input and it will convert it into what? Machine level language. Ultimately, if you're providing the machine level language, you'll be getting the output. How many of them understood what do you mean by assembler? I will give the definition, you don't worry. Assembler is a system software which will take assembly level language as the input and it will provide or it will produce machine level language as the output. Next. Okay, everything was going well in 1950s, but as days progressed, as a developer, if they were writing the code using this assembly level language, even in 1950s, they got frustrated. Sir, why sir, every time this developer will be getting frustrated? As a developer, sometimes you might get frustrated. Why? Because when it comes to 1950s, don't you think it is very difficult to remember this add, sub, mul, div, something like that? Yes or no? It is very difficult to remember that. Sir, give me some example, sir. If you want me giving the example, I will just tell like this. Assume that this happens to be your number. Initially, right now you want to save my number. What you will do? Do you think you will remember my number? Every time if you want to give me a call, do you think you will remember my number and you will just enter my number? Yes or no? Guys, I will try to correlate the same topic with the common example. That is the reason. Please tell me. Right now, if you want to give a call for me, do you think you will remember my number? Yes or no? If you are responding, the class will be very entertainment and you will interact. You will be having that interaction. 100% no one will remember my number apart from me. Sometimes I will also not remember my number. That is secondary. That means this is number format, yes or no? 8553531326. This is my phone number. As a developer or not as a developer, as a human being, don't you think it is very frustrating to remember the number? Similarly, they got frustrated to remember this machine level logic. That is the reason what they have done. Don't you think they have given the name? Yes or no? They have given the name. They have just stored my name. That is Sandesh they have given. they have given the Sandesh. Next, listen carefully. Assume that you will meet 10 Sandesh in your life. At that point of time, don't you think it is very difficult for you to remember which Sandesh is study online Sandesh? Yes or no? I know most of them might be telling, sir, while storing itself, I will store Sandesh study online. Who knows if there is one more trainer called a Sandesh in future in study online, then also will be getting confused. If you feel, sir, I will store Sandesh Python study online. Who knows in future if there is one more Python trainer called as Sandesh in study online. Don't you think you'll be getting confused? Yes or no? You'll be getting frustrated in order to contact me. That is the reason you have gone one more step further. Then what you will do, you will store my picture in your contacts. Yes or no? If you are getting my pic, you will be storing my picture. You will be storing my pic. This is how you will store. Correct, right? Don't you think that that is the way as a human being will try to remember? Sir, if there is any twins of you, there is as of now there is no twins. Maybe I don't know. Maybe some of them might be telling like us, 7 different people will be there. I cannot go and search 7 different people. That is for fine. You can just save my pic in order to remember my name or in order to remember my number. All right, now listen carefully. It is very difficult to remember the name also. That is the reason what they have came. Instead of performing or instead of remembering add mnemonic to perform addition, instead of remembering sub to perform the subtraction, what they used to do in order to perform addition, right? We will just remember one symbol, plus symbol. Using this plus symbol, they will perform addition. In order to perform subtraction, they'll be using a symbol called as minus symbol. Using this minus symbol, ultimately they can perform subtraction. Sir, what kind of thing is this, sir? First one happens to be machine level language. Second one happens to be assembly level language. What about this one, if you ask me? This is high level language. That is English like language. How exactly I will speak? Similarly, that high level language will be there. High level language is human understandable language. That means they started to write the code. In which era? If you ask me, I would like to write the era. Maybe the era happens to be 1960s onwards. From 1960s onwards, they used to write the code as a developer. They used to write the code using which programming language? That is which language? High level language. I would like to consider this happens to be high level language. I will take this is high level language. In this high level language, they used to write the code. All right, now think and answer. Once again, the same question I will ask. As a developer, if you are writing the code using high level language in 1960s, do you think directly I can provide this data to the microprocessor? Yes or no? Please be very quick in telling the answer. No, 100% no. 100% I cannot provide. Why? Because this microprocessor will not understand this high level language. Correct, right? That is the reason. Don't you think there should be one more software? There should be one more software which has to be used in order to convert the high level language into machine level. That software name is only referred as compiler. Compiler is the software which will take high level language as the input and it will produce or it will convert that high level language into what? Machine level language. Is there any doubt for anyone? What is the duty of compiler? It will take the high level language as the input and it will produce the machine level language. Ultimately, if you're giving the machine level language, you'll be getting the output on the console. Yes or no? 100% yes. Right now, listen carefully. Guys, from 1990s till 2020, this is what the style we are following. As a developer, they are very happy with this high level language. They are still not getting frustrated with respect to this high level language. Right now, give me some example for high level language. I want you to give the example for high level language. Which are those? C program is a high level language. C++ is high level language. Next, Java is a high level language. Next, Python is a high level language. Like this, plenty of programming languages which got invented from 1960s. All of them are what? High level language. High level language means human understandable, human readable. As a human being, you can sit, you can learn. Guys, assume that if you want to learn machine level language, you cannot learn. Why? Because some of the computer scientists, some of the mathematicians should be learning that machine level logic. Correct, right? Why? Because it is very difficult. When it comes to assembly level language, as a human being, you can learn. But don't you think it is very frustrated? How many of them felt whatever the lab you are having, that is microcontroller, microprocessor, that is very difficult? Yes or no? How many of them mugged up the code? If you are from ECE background or triple E background, when compared to high level language, don't you think that is very difficult? But when it comes to high level language, it is very easy. Yes, it is very simple. If you want me to represent whatever I have explained in the form of table, I will represent like this. Listen carefully. Assume this happens to be the machine level language. This happens to be the assembly level language, that is ALL, I will tell. Next, this happens to be the high level language code. With respect to machine level language code, I too don't know whether this is the logic for addition or not. Simply I'm just writing. You have to remember 1010 in order to perform what? Addition. Directly you can tell add. But when it comes to high level language, instead of telling all those things, directly you can tell plus. Similarly, when it comes to subtraction, you have to remember this logic. When it comes to assembly level language, directly you can tell sub. But when it comes to high level, directly you can tell minus. When it comes to multiplication, you need not to remember the machine level logic. Guys, just for the table purpose, I have taken the machine level logic in 4 bits. That's all. But ultimately, a huge data will be there. Now only I'm telling. This happens to be mul. But when it comes to assembly level language, directly I can just tell star. Here also, when it comes to this one, I can just make use of div. I will tell. Instead of telling div, directly I can make use of the symbol. Right now, how many of them are feeling? High level language is very simple. Yes or no? High level language is very simple to remember. Okay, very good. That means as a developer, which one you will prefer? As a developer, which one you will prefer? Don't you think always you have to prefer high level language? Hook or cook? You have to write the code in what? High level language. All right, now let me just write the definition of all those things. What do you mean by assembler? I wanted to tell the definition for assembler. What do you mean by assembler? Assume that from now onwards in the interview, if someone is asking what do you mean by assembler, what should be your answer? Yes, please think and answer. What should be your answer? If someone is asking what do you mean by assembler, what is your answer? Very good. What kind of software is that? You have to mention assembler. Assembler is a system software. Assembler is a system software. Assembler is a system software. Assembler is a system software which takes what as the input? Assembler is the system software which takes. Assembler is the system software which takes assembly level language. Assembly level language in bracket I will just tell ALL, assembly level language as input and produces what kind of language as output? And produces machine level language as output. Machine level language as output. Machine level language means MLL. Okay, great. That is what? Assembler. Similarly, what do you mean by compiler? At least by looking at the definition of assembler, easily you can tell the definition of compiler. What do you mean by compiler? Same thing. Compiler is also a system software. Compiler is a system software. Compiler is a system software. I'll be writing system and software like this, which takes high level language, high level language that is HLL, high level language that is HLL as input and produces machine level language as output. Machine level language is what? Output. Is there any doubt for anyone with respect to assembler and this one? Is there any doubt? Next, listen carefully. This happens to be the note point, whatever you're supposed to take. Next, let me just consider this one. Okay. Sir, why can't we use assembler in high level language? Why? Because assembler, it is meant to convert assembly level language into machine level language. Assembler cannot convert high level language into machine level language. That is the reason you should not be using assembler. There is a separate software for that. That is compiler. If you're asking, sir, why cannot I send a Instagram message in WhatsApp? Do you think it is possible to send the Instagram message in WhatsApp? Whatever, ultimately messages remain same, but whatever the stories you'll use, whatever the option that is there in Instagram, do you think every option will be there in WhatsApp? 100% no. In case of Instagram, you can just do variety of options, variety of things are there, correct, right? But in WhatsApp, there is some minimal amount of options. Right now, please tell me why this microprocessor will understand only zeros and ones. In the interview, if they're asking why this microprocessor will understand zeros and ones, what should be your answer? Oh, very good. Why? Because this microprocessor is what kind of device? It is made up of what? Transistor. Transistor means what kind of device is that? Very good. Don't you think it is a semiconductor device? Yes or no? Semiconductor technology. Semiconductor technology device. Microprocessor is a semiconductor technology device. That is the reason it will understand only what? Zeros and ones. How many of them understood this one? Next, listen carefully. All right, now don't you think whenever I want to get the output, platform is very important? Yes or no? In this thing, what is the platform? Please tell me. In this complete thing, platform is very important in order to get the output. In order to get the output, platform is very important. What do you mean by platform? Tomorrow I will discuss what is platform dependent, what is platform independent. All those technical terms I will discuss in tomorrow's class. Just do one thing. Just take the heading as, take the heading as you can just take the heading as history of machine level language, comma, assembly level language and high level language. History of MLL, ALL and HLL. You can just take it as history. If you want, I'll just give, or else I can just tell executing the program through microprocessor. You can just take any of the heading. Whatever the first heading I have told, that is also correct. This is also correct. Executing the program through microprocessor, or you can just take history of MLL, comma, ALL, comma, HLL. You can just consider the heading like this. That is up to your wish. What you can do, if you ask me, you can just be very quick in taking the screenshot of this. I want you to be writing these things in your notes. Please take the screenshot. Is that done by taking the screenshot? Yeah, if you're done by taking the screenshot, listen carefully. Guys, how many of them are aware of the fee structure, whatever I have told? How many of them are aware of those things? I think I have told starting 3 days of demo class, correct, right? And if you're taking